Today we are comparing the new Ping G440 iron against the Ping G730 iron. So both sit in the Ping current product range. 440 just being released. This has just replaced the G430, and then obviously we've got the 730 that got released a few months ago. This is slightly bigger face, bigger footprint for generally your higher handicappers. Okay, but looks wise, you know, if we're looking from behind, we can definitely see some similarities now. There's quite a difference between the 730 and the 430. Now with this 440, both look very similar. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some combo sets as well in there. So if you're somebody that's maybe a mid-handicapper, you want something a bit smaller, nicer on the eye, maybe sort of in your short irons with the 440, and then maybe the long irons, 730, because again, if they were in the bag, they do look very similar. We will see a little bit of a difference from the sort of playing position. There's an obvious bigger sort of top edge, if you like, with the 730. The 440s look like a little bit smaller, a little bit sort of easier to look at, but in truth, you know, both look relatively similar. Okay, let's hit a few shots with both clubs just to give you some basic numbers, give you a bit of my feedback, what might best suit your game. Okay, so starting off with this 440, if you haven't seen my recent review on this, do check it out. Quite interesting, definitely some noticeable differences between this and its predecessor, the G430. As I said, in that playing position, really good. Ping have done some good work over the last few years, you know, just working on the aesthetics. Yeah, pretty solid. Again, one fine with Ping. They only make subtle changes year on year, really. I guess the biggest change is the aesthetics this year, but they have changed the Pure Flex badge as well, making it even bigger for even sort of faster off-center hits, more forgiveness. Yeah, pretty good. That's the one. Yeah, felt good. Better strike. Yeah, good hit. Yeah, feels good. Really sort of solid face. Feels good. The aesthetics have improved a lot since the sort of 425 a couple of generations ago. Okay, just a couple more. And what I do like with the 440 set is they've put in that I2 wedge as a sand wedge. I really like that. I think that's going to be a big selling point, actually. Yeah, good. Again, loft-wise, quite similar. It's obviously strong. 29 degrees in the 440, 28. So just 1 degree stronger in that 730. Yeah, so into this G730. Last year when I did the review, I think in general it was really good. The only criticism was the sound of it, a little bit hollow. Sound doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people, so if you're not overly caught up on the sound, it'd be interesting to see if I'm still kind of hearing that today. But the key thing here is obviously bigger head, more forgiveness, and again, especially in the long iron, you may well need that. Thinking about it in terms of sort of handicap range, I would say the 440, you're probably looking at a high single figure up to maybe 20 handicap or so. Above 20 handicap, the likelihood is that, you know, maybe your ball striking isn't that consistent and the G730 might be better. But let's hit a few. Let's do some comparisons. Yeah, so really solid hit. Obviously it's a bit louder, pretty solid like that, really good. Definitely seeing that spin rate a touch lower on first look. But yeah, in terms of the sort of differences in terms of tech, the main thing here is that it is all about this kind of flexing face, trying to maximise distance. And you can feel that, you know, you can sort of hear it in the sound, and you can feel that extra bit of speed that it's creating. Yeah, good, hitting it well, hitting it really nicely. Just pulled it a hair. Okay, good, yeah. Actually, out of the two today, I actually really enjoyed hitting the 730, I must admit, but let's take a little look at the numbers. So looking at the dispersion, there's definitely an obvious difference in the distance, isn't there? So if you are looking for distance, we can see that 730 in the orange dots is going that little bit more. What I would say with the 440, we've got the one big left. Other than that, it's pretty straight. But yeah, definitely G730. Again, we'd expect that, wouldn't we, with the stronger loft, albeit it's only 1 degree. And then just looking at the sort of numbers here as averages, seem to be moving it a touch quicker with the 730. It is the same shaft. Ball speed noticeably quicker there, isn't it? 122 to 119, because the smash is quite similar, so striking similar, but definitely getting more out of the 730. Similar launch, spin just a fraction lower, as we probably would expect really, but the overall height is a touch higher, again slightly lower CG in that 730, and we're seeing quite a noticeable difference in the distance there. So the 440 170 for 179 and pretty much 177 for 187. So G730 definitely longer, but again, think about your own game. If you want something that's really nice looking, both from behind and in that playing position, with some nice sound as well in particular, but it's got the forgiveness, G440 is a great all-round iron. If you want a bit more forgiveness, a bit more speed, then the G730 is a good option too. And as I said, also that combo set may be something to think about. As always guys, if this is your first time watching the channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe. I'll look forward to seeing you again very soon.